Good morning, children. It's nice to see you all back once again. Today, in our virtual class, we are going to learn about reported speech. So, already in our previous class, we have learned about direct to indirect speech. Indirect speech is what we call as the reported speech. So, what is a reported speech? So, reported speech is the way we represent or report the speech of other people or what we ourselves say. What somebody is telling to the other person directly, we report it to someone else. That is what is reported speech. So to say it exactly, what is a direct speech? A direct speech is a representation of the actual words someone said, repeating the words as exactly as spoken by the speaker. For example, the teacher said to the students, I shall take you to the museum tomorrow. These are the exact words. But what is an indirect speech or a reported speech? A indirect speech does not give the exact words uttered but focuses on the content of what someone said. So, reporting the words spoken by the speaker. So, how will you change that direct words which the teacher said to the student? The teacher said to the student, I shall take you to the museum tomorrow. These are the direct words of the speaker. Now, how will you report it to someone else? The teacher informed the students or told the students that he would take them to the museum the next day. So this is what is reporting. So what somebody said to the other person, you are reporting it to someone else. So there you will present everything in past tense. So reported speech will be in past tense because the direct words were already uttered. So that one you are going to tell it in past tense. That is your reporting. So that's why you say when you will say the teacher said to. Those are because it will be in present tense. But when you tell it in indirect speech, you will usually tell the teacher told the students. Now, in the previous class, you will be remembering that you learned about the four types of sentences when you change from direct to indirect or indirect to direct speech. They are an assertive sentence, an imperative sentence, an interrogative sentence, and an exclamatory sentence. So, assertive or statement are the sentences which tells about facts. For example, the teacher told the students, uh, you direct words, the earth goes round the sun. So this is a fact. So this is what is a statement. This is what is called an assertive sentence. Now when you change these sentences from direct to indirect speech, you should use the conjunction that in the middle. That, T-H-A-T. Now see, the teacher, and it will be in past tense because you are reporting, the teacher told the students that the earth goes round the sun. This is what is an assertive sentence. Then the second one is the imperative sentence. An imperative sentence is a sentence which denotes an order or a request. For example, um, the you can take the teacher itself as an example. The teacher director said to the student, "Go and bring your homework notebook." So here the teacher orders, isn't it? Go and bring your homework notebook. The teacher ordered the student to. So here the conjunction which you add for imperative sentences to, to. For statement or assertive, you use that, that, that. But for imperative sentence, you'll use to. So the teacher ordered the student to go and bring his homework notebook. To go and bring his homework notebook. The same thing is for request. If it was a request, what the teacher would have told? The teacher said to the student, please go and bring your homework notebook. Here, instead of ordered, in indirect speech or reported speech, the teacher requested the student, again the conjunction to, that please will be removed because already please only denotes request. So the teacher requested the student to go and bring his homework notebook. That is what is an imperative sentence. And the third one is interrogative sentence, which you all those things which we learned in the previous classes. That's what I'm revising. Then the third one, of course, is the interrogative sentences. That is asking questions. They are of two types. So one type of questions starts with WH questions. They are why, what, where, which, who, when, and how. 7. And another type of questions are called as yes or no type questions. Now, yes or no type questions usually start with the auxiliary verb. You know all the 24 auxiliary verbs. Isn't it? Is, was, are, where, am, is, was, are, where, have, has, had, do, did, does, will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, need to, ought to, that to, used to. In that, you will ask questions from the auxiliary verb. The question starts with that. For example, will you bring your notebook tomorrow? Can you finish this work for me? Is this your book? All these questions. The answer for all these questions will be yes or no. Is this your book? Yes or no. Will you bring the notebook for me? Yes or no. So that's what all these things are called yes or no type questions. Now, let's come to direct and indirect speech. When you change a word from direct to indirect speech in interrogative WH questions, you need not add any conjunction in between. Now, the teacher said to the student, come on, why are you late? So that's a WH question. So when you change this into indirects, the teacher asked the student, no conjunction, why was he late? That's all. Why are you late? Why was he late? The same thing if you change using yes or no type questions, using an auxiliary verb alone, you should use the conjunction. The conjunction which you use here will either be if, if, or whether. WHETHER, whether. Now let me tell you an example. The teacher said to the student, um, uh, is this your book? So the teacher asked the student whether that was his book, or the teacher asked the student if that was his book. So if or whether will be used here. So this is what you have to change for interrogative sentences. And the last thing, of course, is the exclamatory sentences. So exclamation, either it will be joyful or sorrowful. So you can use when you use a sentence in direct speech itself, there will be an exclamatory mark when you write it. But when you speak, you will use all those exclamatory words like hooray, ha, for exclaiming something joyfully, and alas for something very sad. So you will show the expression of the speaker by writing joyfully or sorrowfully. For example, the boy said to his friend, hooray, I have passed the exam. So how will you change this into indirect speech? And in exclamatory, once again, the conjunction which you use here is that. The, the student exclaimed to his friend joyfully that he has passed the exam. If it was sorrowful, the boy said to his friend, alas, I have lost my purse. Here, just something, he is feeling very sad. So the boy exclaimed sorrowfully to his friend, once again the conjunction, that he has lost his purse. That is, he had lost his purse. So this is what is changing from direct to indirect speech. So all these are the 4 models which we have learned in our previous classes. Now, based on that, in 12th standard, you have been given 2 tasks and 1 task as homework. So let us do the task which is given in our textbook. You can take page number 14 in your textbook, which you can see, which is played on the screen, direct speech and indirect speech. So that was the definition. Now you can take page number 15, task 1. Now as I keep reading, let us also change them into other form. Task 1, read what these people say and rewrite as sentences. Now the first one. So Raja is the speaker. That's what you can see that. I am very busy. So how will you change this into indirect speech? One example has been given there. Raja said that he was very busy, because it is a statement. So only that conjunction that has been added. Then the second one. Let's keep writing the task from the second one onwards. You can do it. As you do, I'll also tell the answer. See that all of you try to do all the exercises before watching the answer which I'm going to dictate. Second one, I have Satya, I have completed my work. So Satya said that she had completed her work. Satya said that she had completed her work. Then the third one, Johnson, I don't like to go out. So how will you change this into indirect speech? Johnson said that, or you can say told also. So Johnson told that he didn't like to go out. Don't like to go out will become didn't. So Johnson told that he didn't like to go out. Then the next one, fourth one, Akshita. I have just come back from Chennai. I have just come back from Chennai. Akshita told that she had just come back from Chennai. Akshita told that she had just come back from Chennai. Then next, Jayan. I am learning English. Jayan told that he was learning English. Just tick whether your answer is correct, or if there's any error, you can change that. Next, Madhu. I bought a pen yesterday. So how will you change this into indirect, or how will you report this? Madhu told that she had bought a pen the previous day. Then the next one, Joseph and Mary. Joseph was telling Mary, we will go shopping tomorrow. So Joseph told Mary that they would go shopping the next day. In your previous classes, you also know that for certain terms in indirect speech it will differ. If it is today, you will write that day. If it is now, you will write then. If it is tomorrow, you will write the next day. I think you remember all those things. So here Joseph told Mary that they would go shopping the next day. Then the eighth one, Afsar and Aisha. Afsar said to Aisha, we can't attend the party. So how will you change this into indirect speech? Afsar told Aisha that they couldn't attend the party. Then the ninth one, Satish, how are you? So here, Satish, you can say asked also because it's a question, isn't it? This thing. How is that? So Satish asked how was Victor, because the next term Victor will reply. You can see the 10th one. Here, there Victor will say, I am fine, thank you. So Satish asked. Why did you ask? Asked because that is a question. I told interrogative, there are two types of questions. One starts with WH, another starts with that is yes or no type question. It starts with an auxiliary verb. So here Victor, you can say Victor replied that he was fine and thanked him. So Victor said, I am fine, thank you. So when you say it in reported speech, Victor replied that he was fine and he thanked him. So that was task number 1. Now we move on to the second task. Let's see in the right hand side. Task 2. Read the following dialogue and complete the report in the space provided. Okay. Priya, you can see the dialogue which is given here. Where are you going? And Vijay replies, I am going to the railway station. Priya, why are you going there? Vijay, I want to receive my uncle who is coming from Bangalore. Now, how will you change this into indirect speech? So, Priya asked Vijay, isn't it? WH, so it's given there. So, how will you report it? Priya asked Vijay where he was going. Vijay replied that he was going to the railway station. Priya further inquired why was he going there. Vijay once again replied, or Vijay stated that he wanted to receive his uncle who was coming from Bangalore. He wanted to receive his uncle who was coming from Bangalore. You can check your answers. There is any correction? You can just make it over there. Then B. Teacher, why are you late? Divya, I missed the bus. Teacher, you should have reached the bus stop on time. Divya, my grandmother is ill, so I had to take her to the doctor. Teacher, I am sorry. What ails her? Divya, she has high fever. Okay, now how will you change this into reported speech? A format has been made, only you have to fill the blanks over there. Let's see here. Just I'll read out and you itself can change and write the answer. Now you can check it. The teacher asked Divya why she was late. Divya replied that she missed the bus. I think that's correct. The teacher told her that she should have reached the bus stop on time. Divya said that her grandmother was ill, so she had to take her to the doctor. The teacher felt sorry and further asked her what ailed her. Divya explained that she had high fever. What ailed her, and Divya explained that she had high fever. I think while I change, you understood what type of sentences I'm choosing, whether it is an assertive, um, that is a statement, or imperative, order or request, or whether it is an interrogative. In interrogative, whether it is a WH question or an yes or no type question, or whether it is an exclamatory sentence. Now, now there is one task. You can now go to the next page, page number 16. There you can see task number 3. Rewrite the following passage in indirect speech. So this is the homework for you. So I request all the students to read the task that is given over there, task number 3, thoroughly, and change them into indirect speech or reported speech and send to my personal number. Okay, well children, I think you all understood what is how to change a sentence from direct to indirect speech with the help of what you learned in your previous classes. Changing from direct to indirect speech, I request all the students to change them and send the copy to my personal number. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.